We have
Good morning, sir.
so angular momentum you can find out, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yesterday, one boy was asking this question, and I was surprised really. If you don't know these questions, then how can you understand what I'm teaching in class? This was the question. It was released from the top, and I think we have to find out what is the maybe kinetic energy, or maybe angular velocity, or maybe hinge reaction. Something we have to find out when it does
Potential conservation of mechanical.
conservation of mechanical energy. But what will be the equation? Problem is he was not able to write the equation properly, so that was a bit of a shock for me. Potential energy he wrote as mg into L into 1 minus cos theta, which is itself wrong. It should be
Yes, sir. L by. Yes, sir.
centromass. That's the change in potential energy, and that will convert into kinetic energy. In kinetic energy also he did again one more mistake. In kinetic energy he wrote like this. This is, let us say, P point. P is the instantaneous axis of rotation here, fixed axis of rotation. And then I can just write half into
T omega square.
into omega square. But he did not stop here, and he wrote after that half into m into v square also.
No, sir. Translation it will involve in that.
That will not be there because it includes both. It includes both.
Yes, sir.
When we write L about P, or we write kinetic energy about with respect to rotational kinetic energy about P,
Direct IP into omega square is enough, sir.
Then it is just IP into omega is net. Similarly for kinetic energy. Either you write half IP omega square, or you write half of ICM omega square
Yes,
plus
sir.
half of m into VCM square.
Yes, sir.
So I don't know what is the name of that boy, but I hope you will not be committing mistake now onwards. And please, this was really very much basic. But yes, a good thing he did that he at least he asked the question, and then not only he asked the question. If you just ask the question, you will not be understanding that much. But he gave his solution also. Then only I am able to find out what are the mistakes. All of you can do like that only. You can, if you are stuck somewhere, you give your own solution. Then it will help me in one more way also. I will also be getting idea that what things my students are still weak in, what topics or in what concepts. So maybe I can stress on those things again and again. So therefore, you should give me your own solutions and then post that, and I will find out the mistakes in those. Okay. He did that only. That is why I'm able to find out this, that okay, there are some students who are not able to understand these things probably. Okay. Anyway, let us continue now. Yesterday I wanted to take one question, but I think I
incline
not
and
the
square and
that inclined question was there. Yes, this and one more question before this. I think single incline, single block based question also I can take first. Let me take that one, in which I have just body on that question I want to take. Means there are two rolling cylinders here. Assume there is just one rolling cylinder, and in that one rolling cylinder, if we assume the mass to be small m and radius capital R, and also wedge is movable in this case, assume the wedge to be movable, then what kind of equations they should write? That is what I want to take today. What kind of equations we can write in those cases. After that, I will take questions based on angular momentum again, but this one let me finish first. Right. So let mass be m, radius r, mass capital M, angle theta, frictionless surface here, but here sufficient friction between let us take it something cylinder and wedge. There is sufficient friction given in between these, but the wedge is on frictionless surface. So let us see what we want to find out. We just want to discuss this question in holistic way, means what are the possible angular velocities which it will acquire, or what is the angular acceleration which it will have. All these things we want to discuss. First of all, our main aim is to write down the equations.
Acceleration of the wedge.
Right. Wait a second, what have I written here?
Sufficient fraction you written.
Sufficient friction. Okay, this is given sufficient friction here, and let us attempt it now. So we know that in this case, wedge will also be moving backwards, right? Because of normal acting on the wedge, there will be force acting on it in backward direction. It will be moving backwards.
Yes, sir.
So if I solve from the frame of wedge, I think it will be comparatively easier. Let us take its acceleration to be capital A backwards. Then here there will be pseudo force in forward direction.
So into M into capital A.
Downward force will be there, M into G. As usual. This P will again act as instantaneous axis of rotation. It is not, P is not instantaneous axis of rotation in ground frame, because in ground frame.
Frame of wedge, yes, sir. Yes, sir. In the frame of wedge.
In the frame of this person, this point will be having.
Red pressed.
Yes, it will be acting like instantaneous axis of rotation with respect to this person on the wedge. So MA, MG, and what other things we have? A pure rolling condition already there because sufficient friction is there, so that is pure rolling then. Normal this side.
Yes, sir.
Friction
Upward.
in which we can take this side upwards, F, because I cannot take mu n because it is not said that it is just sliding. It is just F only, right? I can ask this question also, when it will be just about to slide. That also we can ask. Then I have to put in that case friction equal to mu into L. Right. So what will be our equations now of torque about P point? I told you always whatever we have to find out, start with torque about P point.
Yes,
Easiest way to do. So talk about
P
P
is
point
equal
will be
to 0 alpha.
MA cos
component of
theta plus MG sin theta into R.
E. I think this angle is
MA cos theta plus
yes, you are right.
MG
Sin theta into R.
And this angle, as we know already,
Cos
90
theta.
MG sin theta, sir.
MG sin into
Into R.
into R. And
into
what
R.
about torque due to MA sin theta component? Other torques will be
Sir,
due to
due
MA
to
due to norm along the normal direction torque
Passing
will be
through
zero,
that point,
because they are
zero,
passing
sir.
through P.
no, sir, 0 only, no, sir.
Then due to F also it is 0.
Yes, sir.
0, yes, sir.
F 0, normal 0. Due to MG cos theta passing through P point 0. Due to MA sin theta
Sin
passing
theta.
through that point.
Sin
0
theta also zero, sir.
So then we are left with this only, and that
is equal to I alpha. Equals to
beta mr square
into
into
alpha.
alpha. Beta is beta plus 1, and eta is equal to for this case, for the cylinder, solid cylinder. For solid cylinder, we know that I about
Yeah.
center of mass.
Gamma square.
MR.
And that
Yes,
is
sir.
equal to mr square by 2. So eta is here 1 by 2. We can write beta, but I don't want to write. I want to write at last. I will get answer in terms of beta only. So tau P is equal to IP into alpha. One equation. Next, how many unknowns? Capital A and alpha. Then not sufficient. I need more equations here. One equation I will have for force equation along
Preventing just about 2 slides.
Along the incline. No, not just about the side I'm taking first. First I'm taking the case in which it is not given that it is just about the side. Not that case.
Yes, okay.
It could be any other question. So what I will do,
Then
right,
equation of force
MA cos theta plus
plus mg sin theta minus f
Sin theta equals to
minus f
that
is equal to m dash.
A relative. A
Yes,
relative.
relative.
I'm
is
writing
R alpha.
let
For-
A relative. Yes, A relative I can directly write equal to R alpha.
R
Very
alpha.
good, very good. Exactly.
Sir.
So no need to bring a new variable. R alpha is enough.
Yes, sir.
Here also R we can cancel and MA we can write, sir.
Now, as we do always, we can multiply this force equation by R so that we can cancel those by torque equation. So this whole thing is force equation. What I will multiply by means I am writing this equation. Force R into net force is equal to mass
equals
into
to
acceleration. R is
mass
multiplied with
into
all,
acceleration.
both sides. In left side as well as in right side, we are multiplying both sides.
We can subtract, sir.
1 minute
MAR cos theta plus MG sin theta into R minus
Sin
F
theta
F
into
R is
R.
equals to m r square alpha.
FR equals to m r square alpha.
This is our second equation. Now let us see what we can cancel in these two.
We can subtract, sir. That whole term we can cancel.
we will get F into R
cos
equals
theta into
to
R. MA cos theta into R. That is getting
MG
cancelled.
sin theta are also, sir.
But there is one more problem.
Yes, sir. MG sin theta are also there.
That also is there. That will also get cancelled. But MFR remains unknown. Again, we have one more unknown. So I have to go for the third equation now.
Sir.
They are getting F in terms of A now, sir.
We can
Directly.
get F from this.
They are getting F in terms of
Of A, yes, sir. R alpha is equal to N now.
R alpha is A relative.
Sir, A relative.
R alpha is A relative.
So then 2 unknowns are involved in it.
R alpha is
Sir, and then another equation also required.
I'm sorry, my son did something bad here. Get outside. Don't disturb me in this place. Yes. So MA into R cos theta plus MG sin theta into R minus F into R is equal to MR square into alpha. That is this. And
We can substitute that one in answer.
what?
Equation 1 and equation 2 we can substitute.
No, from that we did already maybe, and now these equations are not enough. We have to go for the third one. Third one will
Sir,
be
third is also required.
for the one equation that I have in relation between A and alpha by writing the combined system
Sir,
equation.
perpendicular to we can equate
We can write along normal, but then again normal will come.
relation.
Sir, again normal become another variable.
Relation between
And-
axial dimensions.
And I see, okay, let me go by a normal way first of all, which you will, I think, like more, but I don't prefer that. But because I know you will be liking it more because it will be easy for you to understand, it seems. So, okay, let me take that one. Normal plus MA sin theta is equal to MG cos theta.
Theta, sir.
That is one equation. It is for cylinder
And for a wedge also we can write.
perpendicular to incline. Now we will write for the wedge. For the wedge, equation is easier. Normal
N
this
sin
side,
theta is equals to
on this
To
side,
MES.
capital
N
M.
sin theta equal to MA we can write.
Yes, and sin theta is horizontal component for wedge.
Yes, sir, we are getting another equation.
This we should remember that this will become 90 minus theta and this will be n sin theta. N sin theta along horizontal. N sin theta is equal to M into A.
You can substitute M there and third equation we can.
Then
We can get A from it. Sir, how did you balance n plus MA cos sin theta equals MG cos?
how will we balance?
n plus ma sin theta equals to mg cos theta.
That side no acceleration.
How did I balance this?
Okay,
Think of it as
understood.
No acceleration also.
there's no
Understood,
acceleration
sir.
in the.
Sorry. I was thinking vertical direction.
How is it vertical if it is along? No, it is along normal along the perpendicular to incline. I have written along perpendicular to incline.
Yes, I didn't see.
Okay. These are the 4 equations, but I can do something to avoid these 2 equations, and instead of these 2, I will prefer to write a single third equation. That will be this. Along horizontal, we know net horizontal force is 0. Is it 0 or not?
Yes,
Zero
sir.
only, sir.
Zero only, sir.
External to both. And if it is 0, then I will write the equation now. What are the accelerations in the frame of ground we have to take? That we can write in this way. Let us say it has A backwards, and this will have relative acceleration was A relative, but that was not enough. It is there. Let us call it acceleration of 2 with respect to 1. But I have to add in this acceleration of 1. And this is the acceleration of 1. This is one body, this is 2 body. So we can say it has 2 accelerations, A21 and A1 both. Then we get m into minus A plus small m into A21
cos theta is equal to m into capital A minus capital A.
A21 is R alpha here, and A1 is here A minus A. I can write that is the horizontal acceleration of small m.
Yes, sir.
A21 cos theta minus is equal to 0, which I can write as m plus small m
into capital A. Capital A is equals to m into A R alpha. A21 cos theta.
That is our equation number 3. Means if I don't want to use 3 and 4 here, then I will use this third instead of these 2. Okay, or let me name it differently. Let us call it 5. So I will use the 5th instead of 3 and 4. I will use directly 5th. So number 1, 2 and 5 are enough to get the answer. 1, 2 and 5. Now it depends on your practice. Some of you may first of all find difficulty to get up to this, and even if you do up to this, after that you may face difficulty to solve these. So that is why you should practice to this. I think you were already able to eliminate from these 2 equations. You were already able to eliminate.
Yes, sir. Capital A we can find.
Let us do one thing. We can do one thing. We can substitute from A, or we can substitute R alpha and we can put it as A. One thing we can do, or we can write A as A will be equal to m R alpha cos theta upon capital M plus small m, and that A we will substitute in upper 2 equations, first 2 equations. After substituting this value of A, then this equation will become in terms of, in fact, first is enough, I think now. First one is enough, it seems, right?
Yes, sir. These 2 equations are enough, sir. First and the 5th
enough
term.
to get A and alpha, because there are
Capital A, small a.
so we don't need even FCC. How we could have just written. So this is the smart method now. We could have just written first equation, and after that directly. I did something wrong here, I think. So wait a second. Sorry. I committed one very big blunder here. And thankfully I realized it soon, otherwise you will be completely doing wrong and nobody pointed it out. I took normal, but I have to take friction also, no? F downwards. Then that F downwards will be having one more force here, which will be minus F cos theta plus n sin theta. That will be there. That will
Yes.
be. Remaining is okay anyway. Answer we will still be getting, because I was not using these two equations. I was using which equations? I was
First
using
and
equation
fifth.
number 1, and I was using equation number 5. These two are correct only. So in these two equations, I am able to avoid internal friction and internal normal. Therefore, we can directly get the answer. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Next, from here. Now then, when there are two such, one cylinder and one mass also, you finish it. Don't leave it here. Can you do it afterwards? I have left up to the equation. After that, you finish it. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. We will do.
You do it. And it's okay. This is one thing. Let us say, if they are asking, don't make noise. If they are asking alpha and acceleration A, then this is the method using equation 1 and 5. But if they are not asking that, if they are asking friction, if they ask friction for, so I will recommend go this way. For alpha and A, just use 1 and 5. Start with these two equations. For friction, then you go to equation number 3 along with 1 and 5. 1 and 5 are again important. We will use that also for finding friction. Okay. But if they don't ask friction also, if they ask
normal.
angular velocity. For angular velocity, what we should do? For angular velocity omega, we should
Conservation of
use conservation of mechanical energy. Conservation of mechanical energy. Which what will be the question for that? So I can obtain from alpha and
right?
conservation
Use
of
rolling.
mechanical energy equation will be something like this. Let us write it down. Let us say it falls from height h. So I can say mgh potential energy lost, and that will convert into kinetic energy. Kinetic energy will be written this way. This I will write as capital V velocity maybe,
half IP
and its velocity I will write as small v, v relative, and its velocity capital V will also. This has two velocities.
Yes, sir. Backward and
It is equal to r omega. It is equal to r omega. V is equal to r.
for that body we can write
Because
directly
this V is,
half IP omega.
this is rather than wait. I think it capital V small v will create unnecessary confusion. You will confuse after some time, and this will appear similar only. Let me write in terms of V21 and V12. Sorry, this is number which one I called 1 last time.
we call one, sir. Let us cylinder.
You're called wedges.
That is of 1. This is velocity of 1. That one velocity will also be added to it. Then only we get velocity of 2. This is the velocity of the center. So now can we write equation or not? Let me write. Mgh potential energy lost is equal to kinetic energy gained, half of m into v1 square plus half of small m into, now this angle is theta, this angle will become pi minus theta. Then I can write v1 square plus v21 square plus 2 into v1 into v21 into cos of pi minus theta. Plus, is it enough now? Not enough, because kinetic energy of the small m kinetic energy will be, kinetic energy of small m will be equal to 2 kinetic energies. Here I have to write half of ICM into
Kinetic energy
half
also.
of m into
CM.
VCM square. This thing was just VCM square. What?
both IP omega square.
IP we cannot write. How can we write? Is it at rest in the ground
No,
frame?
sir. No, sir.
No, sir.
Then you will be getting that energy in which frame? In this frame, that energy will be there. But if I write energy in this frame, then how the energy will be conserved? It is the pseudo force is acting on this in this frame, in this person's frame.
Yes, sir.
Energy will not be conserved. Energy is conserved only in
Frame of grounds.
ground
Ground
frame.
frame only, sir.
In other frames, energy is not conserved. Energy,
Your voice is breaking.
right? And keep yourself in ground frame. Only in ground frame, not in any other frame. Okay. Not in any other frame. Then half of ICM omega square. Eta mr square omega square. Unknowns are there.
Sir.
And so one more question of moment. See, momentum is
Sir,
conserved.
your voice was breaking, sir.
Sir, your voice is breaking.
Yes, sir, your voice is breaking. No problem.
Moment is conserved only in the equation of conservation.
Sir,
Can you write conservation of momentum in ground frame?
yes.
What will it be? Write it down so that you, otherwise you will never have practice. You are just listening, you are seeing me only what I am doing. But when you start doing yourself, then you commit mistakes.
Yes, sir.
You write it yourself, and by that time, let me just write down the upper equation only in another way.
The lightsaber is round like a circle with a hole in the middle. Where's the lightsaber? See, I hear stuff. You found it. Smart thinking. Yum, 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 yum. Daddy, yes, sir. I need to know. The lightsaber now has big rock.
Huh?
Anybody getting conservation of momentum equation?
mv1 plus m of v1 minus.
Capital M, which is mass of this wedge,
Epsilon plus small m into V1
into
to m V2
minus V1 plus small m into minus V1, but small m has another velocity,
V21 cos
V21 cos
Cos
theta.
theta in X direction. Yes, sir.
That I can write now. M plus small m into V1 is equal
Is
to,
equals to M into V1 cos theta.
by using V21 is equal to R omega.
Yes, sir. So like
how many
acceleration
equations?
equations.
Two equations and two unknowns. V1 we are getting from here. V1 is equal to M into R omega by capital M plus small m into cos theta. We can use it from here and we can put it in the upper equation. Then there will be just one unknown and one equation. Can we get it now?
Yes, sir, we can substitute.
we can put it there and we can get answer. Okay. Right.
Yes, sir.
So this is how we can do such questions. So you can go through this question once again and you can see how we are doing it. After that, let me take another example. That question I can take now. One question which was still pending above. This one. Did you do some questions yesterday?
Sir, in rolling with it, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Were you getting answers or some problems were there?
We got, sir.
Getting, sir.
SC Verma?
Sir, first we have, yes, sir.
First we
Some
did
are finished
HCM.
and some are in materials.
Okay, okay. Right. I'm material also do. SC Verma material, then IIT. So these are the questions pending from, this question is pending from yesterday.
I heard no this one.
And in this we have acceleration. Let us say we want to find out what I asked here, when it is just about to slide, right? When the system is just about to slide, right? We want to find that angle. So to do that, how many equations do we have here? Many equations, unfortunately, and that is big. So first of all, this wedge is at, this is a lower point, wedge is not moving, at least wedge is at rest. This is not moving. So we can let us say it has, but system will not accelerate, right? I can take, okay, I can use the equilibrium condition also. I can say it is in equilibrium, but at the same time I can use the maximum possible friction acting here between at 2 and at 3. So what equations should I frame? I think I can write because this will be having tendency to slide downwards, so here friction will be acting upwards. So one friction I will take here upwards, but this friction will also not be easy to take. If you think it is just mu into capital Mg cos theta, then you have already committed mistake.
It is N1 plus N2.
Yes, it is. There will be one
here
friction
and
here, and
Yes,
that
sir.
friction will be acting on this. So it will be, N will be becoming here, and will not be equal to just Mg cos theta, but it will become Mg cos theta plus that friction
F1.
which is acting at 2. The friction which is acting at 2, that will also be there in between, which will also play a role here. Therefore, we should take care of that thing also here, right? And let it be okay. So let me do it now. Let me write it. I'm trying to just do it in minimum possible effort. Otherwise, obviously, we have 7 equations. We can get answers. See how many questions we have? Not 7, I think 5 equations. 3 for above, for the upper one, 1 rotational equilibrium and 1 2 translational equilibrium, and for the second one just 2 translational, and that is enough. Effort. So let us think in such a way so that we don't have to apply many questions. So one idea will be that I will try to write the question for the combined system first of all, and if that doesn't help, then we have to go to the individual bodies. So for the combined system, I will do it in this way. See, wait a second. This one, I think it's not properly working here. Okay, better. This one and this green color. Are you able to notice this? This green color friction here, and this friction here. What do we get then? This is, let us say, F1, and this lower side, it will be mu into N3. This will be mu into N3, right? But N3 unfortunately will come in terms of F3, F2, and then again we have no easy way to do it, it seems. We cannot do it that easily. I have to go to individual bodies here. There is no other option, it seems. Let us go to the individual body. On this, what is the force acting here? It is F1. And here, what force is acting? Here it will be, let us say, mu into N2. That is on this. And on this, what is acting? On this, it is acting downwards. This is mu into N2. And here it is N2. And here it is N3. And backwards it is mu into N3. And this side it is capital Mg cos theta. And this side it is small mg cos theta. And this other side it is N1. First of all, checking the free body diagram, are this okay or something is missing? N2 here, N2 here. Let us check whether these are okay or not. Anything missing? At every point of contact, there will be two forces, 2 to 4, and 1 due to mg cos theta. 1 is missing here, mg sin theta. Mg sin theta. This side also capital Mg sin theta. Now let us check again properly. So two forces, right? Mg sin theta, Mg cos theta taken, done. Done. Then second on this one. Two forces here, 2 to 4, and Mg sin theta, done. I think done. These are the forces only. Okay. So now, what will be the equations that we are having here? So first of all, I think I can apply the rotational equilibrium equation for first one. About which point? Let us take the bottom point to be
Continuous axis of point of rotation.
About the center of rotation, about this, right? About the center. If I take about the center, then so many forces will be giving us zero torque. Mu N2 will be giving, and F will become equal to, F1 will become equal to mu N2. Is it right or not?
Only due to frictions you will have some torque.
Yes, so only due to friction is not there. Due to mu into N2 is also there. So this is 0. Net torque is equal to 0. Net torque is equal to 0. So I'm getting F1 into R is equal to mu into N2 into R. So I'm getting F1 is equal to mu into N2. Is it okay? Mu into N2. Right or not?
Sir, we took just about the slide case.
Let's talk about center of mass. Right?
Okay, sir.
Then therefore I'm writing this as mu2 into N2. Next I will be taking now force balance equation. Force balance equation gives us N2. N2 is equal to mg sin theta
And theta minus F1, sir.
minus mu into N2. No, wait, why I'm writing minus? I will write upward force one side. I will write this way: net force along incline. Net force equal to 0 for small m along incline. So then we get it this way: F1 plus N2 is equal to mg
Sin
cos theta mu into sin
theta, sir.
sin theta, and then mu into N2 plus N2 is equal to mg sin theta, or we are getting mu plus 1 into N2 is
We
equal
are
to
getting N2, sir. Mg sin theta.
mg sin theta. So we are getting N2 from here. N2 is easily obtained now.
Mg sin theta by mu plus 1.
Sin theta by mu plus 1. And very good. We are ready from here. So number 2. Right. 2 already includes the information of 1. This was number 2, but this is obtained as a result of 1 and 2 together. So it has information of 1 and 2 both. Next we have second mass. for the second mass, let us write here. I can say equation along incline will become N2 plus mg sine theta is equal to mu into N3, right or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But also N3 can be written as
G cos theta plus mu N2, sir.
mg cos theta plus mu
Plus
into
mu N2.
N2 is equal to N2 plus
G sin theta.
mg sine theta. Then we get
Yes. We are getting N2 from here.
then N2 into 1 minus mu square is equal to mg
Theta minus mg sin theta, sir.
mu cos theta minus
Sin theta into mg.
sine theta into
MG.
mg. Yes, sir.
so N2 is equal to mu cos theta minus sine theta into mg divided by 1 minus mu square.
Now we can equate these two, sir. Then what we get?
Then now we can write N2 as mg sine theta divided by mu plus 1 is equal to mu cos theta minus, because our aim was to find out at what angle it will just start sliding. So that angle we will.
So then we can find tan theta.
So GG gets cancelled. We are getting divide by cos theta both sides. If I divide by cos theta,
Sir, we can get that. Yes, sir.
is equal to
mu square as well.
mu
Here 1 minus mu, 1 plus mu
1
will
minus mu
cancel,
will be
sir.
remain sir.
tan theta upon 1 plus mu into capital M by small m.
1 minus mu will
Sir,
be
there 1 minus mu,
1
sir.
minus mu sir.
Where?
Denominator.
Oh no, denominator sir.
Are you sure? Wait, let me check once. Mg sine
Yes, sir.
theta.
1 minus q and
1 plus mu, 1 plus mu will cancel, sir.
1 plus mu into 1
Bound,
minus
sir.
mu.
tan theta.
No, sir, in the denominator, instead of 1 minus mu square, 1 minus mu will
It
be.
is 1 minus mu here.
1
Here
plus
1 plus mu. Oh, no, sorry. In the last step.
in the last step.
Really?
Sir, there 1 plus mu only sir. Last step 1 minus mu.
Okay,
sir.
okay, okay. Sorry. Yes, obviously it should be minus only. 1 minus mu. Right only. Then we will be getting it as tan theta into
1 minus mu tan theta.
1 minus or plus 1 plus m by m divided by 1 minus mu is equal to mu upon 1 minus mu into m by m. Then we are getting tan theta is equal to mu upon 1 minus mu into m by m whole divided by 1 plus m by m upon 1 minus mu.
Cancel out 1 minus mu.
1 minus mu 1 minus mu.
1 minus q 1 cancel.
Then we get mu into m by m.
That's 1 minus mu plus m by m.
1 minus mu plus capital M by small.
Yes, sir.
That is tan theta at last.
Sir.
It doesn't even depend whether it is a disc or it is a cylinder or it is a hollow sphere or a ring. We are getting answer independent of that, right?
Yes, sir.
Sir, independence.
Answer is coming out to be independent of that.
So only mu and the masses.
Sir, doesn't even depend on if
Depends
it's a
only on
cube or
masses.
not, no, sir.
And friction.
Doesn't even depend on what?
If it's a cube or not, also doesn't depend. The second.
Yes, this. Yes, whatever the second body is, it doesn't depend on shape of that also. It doesn't depend on its shape also.
So then for two spheres also we can do the same formula.
What?
For two spheres also same formula can be used.
For the two spheres, okay, lower sphere if I take. Let me check once. I think you are right only.
So everything was same equations.
No, but for no, they have a problem in that. Let me check once. What's the problem in that? For this case, we were sure that the lower body cannot rotate; it will just translate. But in that case, I have to see whether the lower body starts rotating first or
So both are sliding also. Just sliding.
no. Both cannot slide. As I said, in this case also both are not sliding. In this case also, upper one is just rolling about this point. It is sliding here and it is sliding here. Where did I assume that it is sliding here also? Here I am not assuming it to be sliding. This friction came out to be equal to mu into N2, but it does not mean it is sliding. It is not mu into N1 here. Okay. So I think here in this particular case, lower body can rotate. If it is mentioned that lower body does not rotate, and but how will we get that idea? If it is rotating this side, it is having tendency to rotate in this way. Then here they will be definitely having mutual. They will slide with respect to each other here in this space. I think it is true for this case also, above case also, but only thing I have to say here, in order for it to be valid in the upper case, I have to say that the friction here is sufficient. I have to assume that in the upper one, the friction is sufficient, but the lower one has some friction which is not sufficient, so it may slide here. If I assume that way, then I think it may be possible, but then again, one thing is there. Then let us say it starts sliding here, but here it may not be sliding, it may be just pure rolling about this point. So it is still slightly difficult to tell. It may not be sliding here, but in this case, we know that it is definitely sliding at 3 and definitely sliding at 2 also. That thing I cannot guarantee in this case, right? Its analysis will be a bit different from this, but okay, we can proceed in the same manner. Although one more equation we will have for the lower one in that case, and that is for rotational equilibrium. There is one question of this type I have seen somewhere. If I get that question again, I will see what is the exact statement, what they have asked in that, and then I will discuss that one here in class. For the time being, let us move on to some questions of angular momentum only. We know that angular momentum for a this is the axis, let us say. Here I want to tell you in this some very important thing, very useful. Let me take first a rod. This is a rod, blue colored rod, and this blue colored rod is rotating about this vertical axis, black axis, with angular velocity omega about the axis. Blue colored rod has length L and mass M, and this is passing to the center of mass of the rod, this axis. Uniform rod, it is uniform rod. So what we have to find here? Find angular momentum of rod. What is the formula for the angular momentum?
MVR plus
Formula for angular momentum was
MVR plus ICM into
R cross M into VCM. MVR, don't say MVR. That could be something else. That can be MVR sin theta also sometimes.
Okay.
It is cross product. Don't learn that. You are learning wrong. If you start learning from the wrong formula, how will you be getting the right answers from there? Really, you are learning completely wrong formula. And although formula was R cross M into VCM, at least learn the formula right. From there, you can say that when these are mutually perpendicular, then it will become MVR, but not always. Plus ICM into omega. But this thing I derived. This thing I derived for which cases?
నేను ఊరికే అంటుంటారు ఇప్పుడు నన్ను.
Somebody is making noise in between.
I muted them.
This thing we derived for the cases when the body is rotating about axis. When the body is rotating about an axis, for such cases we have derived it. But we have not derived it in general for 3-dimensional case. Will it be valid for 3D case also? Let us check our derivation back. Where we derived it? This place, I think. Right here. Here you notice that this plane of rotation is also xy plane. R vector, all these vectors are in xy plane only. And then this formula is valid. But if I don't do that, and if I take one component of this particle here, if I take its component in some other direction, then how to do? Then can we still get the same answer or not? That we have to verify properly. So today, I think we can do that one also in 3 dimension, how to do it. What result do we get? First of all, R cross M into Vi is the definition, fundamental definition. Ri cross M into Vi. And if I sum this up, then we get the net angular momentum. So if I use this formula directly, then also we can get although. And what will be the direction of angular momentum about the center of mass? I want to find out the angular momentum about center of mass. So if I take a DM element here, or maybe Mi particle at a distance Ri, then its velocity will be in which direction? I think you can tell that now. If it is rotating like this, then now it will be going into the plane. So at present, its velocity will be into the plane. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then R cross Vi will be in which direction? Now R vector is this side, V vector is into the plane. Then R cross V will be in this direction. You understand that?
Sir, it will be sorry.
Perpendicular
Okay.
to this. In this direction, not up, in this direction. At 90 degrees to, see, it has to be 90 degree to Ri as well as Vi. It has to be 90 degrees to both. Right or not?
Right on this, sir.
So it has to be 90 degrees to this. So if it is
The
90
right hand
degree
come
to,
board.
then it will be coming out in this direction. This is the direction of angular momentum net. Notice, angular momentum is not in the direction of angular velocity omega. Angular velocity is in which direction? Upward direction.
Direction. Yes, sir.
And angular momentum is in a different direction.
Perpendicular to a plane containing velocity and
They
race.
need not be in the same direction. They need not be in the same direction. Then this, if I find out angular momentum along a vertical direction, then that will be just one component of this total angular momentum. That will be just one component of the total angular momentum. And what will be the value of that? That is easy to tell. Why is it easy to tell? Because I know the moment of inertia about this vertical axis. What is moment of inertia about vertical axis? 90 minus theta. This is L sine theta is easy to tell
M
because I
sine
know the moment of inertia about
theta
vertical axis. That is M L square
sine
sine square
theta by
theta
12.
by 12 into angular velocity is given omega. Then we are getting L from there as M L what is L coming out to be? M into L square sine theta upon 12 into omega. That is L. And I can think in another way also. I know that net angular velocity is in vertical direction and its component in this direction. Angular velocity in this direction. What is the component of that angular velocity in this direction? That is equal to omega sine theta. So I can think as if the moment of inertia here is ml square by 12 into angular velocity omega sine theta. That is the angular momentum. You cannot trust this formula, and you cannot trust this one also. I will tell you why, because this is just okay, here it works, but where it works you will not know. If you don't, I have to tell you some other details in order to understand why it works here. But you can trust always which formula, the basic, from where we derived all this one. Therefore, I would like to not end this discussion here, and I would like to derive it from our basic formula. If I start using it, then I will be getting answer as Ri cross m into velocity of ith particle. What is the velocity of ith particle? I think everybody knows that it will be moving around the axis in a radius of Ri sine theta. Then this velocity will be Ri
Ri
sine
sine
theta
theta into
into
omega.
omega.
Yes, sir.
And because Ri and Vi are mutually perpendicular, so this cross product will just be equal to, it will be equal to just sigma Ri magnitude wise into m into Vi without having to take cross product. Means magnitude wise also it will be right. Why? Because if I means it is like sine 90 already taken between Ri and Vi. Therefore it is Ri mi Vi sine 90. But after that I am putting Vi again, and Vi is coming out to be Ri sine theta into omega, and then we are getting mi Ri square sigma into omega sine theta, which is this, because it is moment of inertia about which axis now? It is moment of inertia about this axis, because I am taking about this from here. I am taking all the distances. Then it is nothing but it is m. It is ml square by 12 into omega sine theta. So are we getting this or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Getting,
So
sir.
one thing I would like to tell here, something else also I want to tell here, that by that it will be understood even more easily. First of all, in general, if I want to define angular momentum, then what is the formula? Formula is Ri. Let us start from our Ri cross m into Vi, which I want to write as let us say this is Vc here, and VIC. Now I want to take in some other plane. Wait, how to think about it? Let me take something in 3 dimension. Let us say this is a 3-dimensional body, and it is rotating about this axis. The center of this is here, and some point somewhere else, maybe here. That is the, I want to find its angular momentum about the axis given. So to find that, I will be writing the equation as RC, RIC mi into ri cross vi sigma, which will become mi into ric plus rc cross vic plus vc. Now that will become mi into ric cross vic. What will be vic in this case? Vic will be, if it is rotating with angular velocity omega about the axis in the direction a cap, that's the direction of the axis, then I want to take component of
Did we derive this yesterday?
what?
Did we derive this yesterday, sir?
We have not derived it. Where we derived it? You did not again understand. It means what I am telling you. This formula which we derived yesterday, we derived it only for a special case. What special case that was? We derived only for this special case when all these particles are within the same plane.
Yes, sir, XY plane.
RC, RI, etc. All these are in same plane only. For that we
Yes,
derived. But here I am taking a three-dimensional body now. For three-body body, the result may not hold. We have to derive it for it again properly.
Okay.
Where axis is taken in the direction of a cap. This is the RC which is perpendicular to it. Let us say here already. So VC can be written as RC into omega. There is no doubt about it. And what can be VIC? That I have to think. I have to take component of RI. RI vector is, this is RI vector, position vector of the ith particle. But I have to take its component in perpendicular to a cap direction. If I take its component in perpendicular to a cap direction, then only I will be getting MI RI square. See, main formula I want to, okay, let me derive it in this way. Main formula I want to write this only, MI RI perpendicular square into omega. That will also be correct always. That is the angular momentum about this axis. That is the angular momentum about the given axis.
So sigma.
Okay, sigma. Now if I want to write it down, then I can write RI perpendicular will become RI cross product with a cap. Then that will be automatically perpendicular to the axis. Let a cap be having direction cosines of cos alpha I cap plus cos beta j cap plus cos gamma k cap. It is the unit vector. So unit vector can be written in terms of direction cosines. Then sigma mi r this square into omega will be the angular momentum about this axis. It is angular momentum about axis a cap. What is that finally? That will come out to be, if I take Ri cross a cap, then what it will become? Ith particle coordinates, let us say it is origin here, and the coordinates of the ith particle will be xi I cap plus yi j cap plus zi k cap. Cross product with a cap. A cap will be cos alpha I cap plus cos beta j cap plus cos gamma k cap. This into mi whole square into omega. Omega can be taken out also. What is the result of the cross product? If I do the cross product, what do I get? Let us see once. I dot I will be, I cross I will be 0. I cross j.
K
I
cap.
cross j, k cap.
K cap.
And I cross k,
Minus J cap.
J caps.
minus j cap. K cap, along k cap, how many components are there? One is by multiplying I with j. Another k cap component we will get by multiplying j with I. Right? J cross I. That will be minus yi cos alpha, I think.
Yes,
These
sir.
two
Into
components
K
or
cap.
not?
Yes, sir.
These two components we are getting, and then we can by cyclic order. Now there will be cyclic order. Other components we can get now by what will be the next term? Next term will become obviously in place of x, write y. Yi. In place of beta, write gamma, cos gamma. In place of yi, write z. In place of alpha means this order you have to follow. Alpha to beta, beta to gamma, gamma to alpha, and x to y, y to z, and z to x. Zi into cos beta. That is in which direction? This was in the direction of k cap, and this after k will come I j k I again, plus third one will be again y zi cos alpha beta gamma, gamma after gamma again alpha, minus after z again x, xi after beta again gamma, after I again j, this whole square into omega. Is it understood? Means I got the first term first, and from there only I am getting the others also. Then I can write now what is the square of this. If I have a vector and I want to square it up, then I will be getting each component, sum of the squares of each component. No? This is square plus yi cos gamma minus zi cos beta whole square plus zi cos alpha minus xi cos gamma whole square whole multiplied by omega, which I want to solve now. So I can solve it by taking terms x square, xi square. Xi square comes here, and where else it comes? It comes here also. So what do I get? I get xi square into cos square beta plus cos square gamma. Cos square beta plus cos square gamma. Plus what else we are getting? Similarly, yi square now by cyclic order
Cos square alpha plus cos square gamma.
plus yi square into cos square alpha plus cos square.
Cos square.
So
Gamma.
beta into gamma and alpha gamma into alpha, right? Plus zi square
Cos square alpha
Into
plus
cos square alpha plus cos square beta.
square beta.
zi square into cos square alpha plus cos square beta, plus we have product term also x and y. What is that? That is coming out to be
2x
2 xi 2xi yi
cos alpha
cos
alpha.
alpha cos beta, and similarly the other terms.
negative na sir?
Negative will be no, sir.
I think you are right. You are right. Negative, because minus is there in every term.
Common
So
minus.
minus. We can take minus common. Then it will remain positive terms. If I take minus common outside only, then we get minus. Wait a second. Then I have to take. Okay, I'm writing minus everywhere. Minus 2 cos this into cos of alpha cos of beta. Then minus 2 yi zi.
Beta cos gamma.
I need more space here. Wait a second. Let me make up some space. This will come here and this will go there. Now it is okay. I have enough space. Yes, now this I can bring here. Yes, now minus I can take common also from here. Minus taken common. Inside we are left with plus yi zi cos beta cos gamma plus 2
Take common 2 also,
zi
sir.
xi cos gamma cos alpha. Right. This whole has to be multiplied with omega. Right. This we are getting. Now, here, I have, see, this is the complicated term of a real angular momentum term. I cannot even, so how many terms are there? So many terms are there, xi square, yi square. Normally, you feel that moment of inertia is just mi xi square, but that is not true actually. It is valid only when the motion of the body is just confined to one plane only. Okay, in that case it is like that, but otherwise see, we are having so many terms coming out to be here. Then we can write it as moment of inertia, maybe let us call it as ix, and into cos square beta plus cos square alpha. What is cos square beta plus cos square alpha? Do you know that sum of these three terms,
One.
if it
Will be oneness, sir.
cos
One,
square
One, sir.
alpha plus cos square beta plus
Cos square gamma equal to
gamma
1.
is equal to 1, then cos square alpha plus cos square beta
Is
can
equal to
be
sin
written as
square
1
gamma.
1 minus cos square
cos square
gamma.
gamma, which is equal to sin square
Sin
gamma.
square gamma.
Yes, sir.
So I can do that here. It will become easier to write. Ix, if I write it Ix, then I will be getting it as sin square alpha plus Iy sin square beta plus Iz sin square what is next, gamma, plus minus what should I call it? There's a name for it. We call it as product of inertia. And we just a name given to it. Don't worry about it much. Okay. Then I can write as minus 2 into I xy, let us say it is xy,
Cos alpha, cos beta.
and that is equal to into cos alpha
Cos beta.
cos beta, and so on. Minus 2 into, or taking minus 2 common, then plus
Take a sigma, sir.
Iyz
Sigma I.
Iyz into cos of beta cos of gamma plus Izx into cos of gamma into cos of alpha. This whole is multiplied with omega, and that is sigma mi. Right. This is it at last.
Sir, why sir again
That we
sigma
are
mi?
getting. That was no, sorry, yes, that is not there. No, right, we have already multiplied, no, inside, then only we are getting this term. Yes, right. Mi when multiplied with x and xi and yi, then only we get ixy. Means ixy is sigma mi xi yi, we can say it is that. Okay, so yes, right, we don't need again that mi, this into omega. So we are having this sum here, but there are certain special cases where this product inertia term comes out to be 0. We call those special cases as, if I have some x-axis and I have y-axis and I have z-axis suitably chosen in such a way so that the product of inertia comes out to be 0. Ixy comes out to be 0, Iyz comes out to be 0, and Izx comes out to be 0. If that happens, then we call such axis as principal axis. What we call these axes as? We call these axes as principal axis. So if I have that principal axis, then I will be getting the net angular momentum as these terms are becoming 0, then it is simplified now, right? Or not? Simplified only.
Look what else I found on our doorstep.
What is Ix representing here? Let me think first of all. Ix, mixi square. Mixi square means if I have a particle here and it has xi coordinate along x-axis. I think it does not represent anything special. I have written, sorry.
Then this whole term will be 0. No, sir.
I should not have done that here. Because mixi square does not represent anything special. I could have taken this thing here. Cos square alpha components. What are the cos square alpha components? Cos square alpha has two components, yi and zi. Let us take these two together. That will become mi yi square plus zi square whole into cos square alpha. This thing I should call as Ix actually. I will give you the reason why. Because if I take moment of inertia about x-axis, then you know that
won't consider along
then
x-axis.
moment of inertia about axis will be actually equal to sigma mi yi square plus
yi
zi
square
square.
plus
That will be moment of inertia about axis. So I think I should have taken this way. So that was my mistake. Sorry. This is Ix into. Then I can write that okay this way plus now dot dot dot. You understand what is happening next. Remaining I am not writing. So I will be writing it as just Ix into cos square alpha plus Iy into cos square beta plus Iz into cos square gamma plus other terms of product of inertia. And now I will be saying after that when the product, what is the product of inertia term? Plus this is a minus 2 into Ixy into cos alpha cos beta. And again, rather than writing this, I will just write sigma minus sigma 2 into this. Okay. So let us write in this way only. That is better. Why should we write so much big again and again? This is okay. So now we are getting this thing here. This plus the product of inertia terms minus product of inertia terms or product of inertia terms. Then this product of inertia terms will be 0 for certain axes, and those axes are called as
principal axis.
those axes are called as principal axis. Product of inertia term will be 0 for certain axes, but this happens only for which cases? This happens only for the axis passing to center of mass. One more thing I should add here. It does not happen for a general axis. It happens only for the axis passing to the center of mass. For certain axis passing through center of mass. So always it will not be true, but it will be true when the axis is passing to center of mass. No need to worry. Although in the beginning I started this diagram by taking a general axis, but I'm thinking if I'm able to find about center of mass also in certain way, then after that I can use I parallel and I can get parallel axis. So therefore that also will be convenient if I'm able to find out about center of mass. So in general about center of mass we will find out in this way now. This multiplied by omega is also there here. Sorry, omega is also there. So what do we get angular momentum in general? In general, angular momentum will always be Ix cos square alpha plus Iy cos square beta plus Iz cos square gamma whole into omega. That is also equal to I into omega. I told you before that if I know moment of inertia about 3 symmetric axes passing to center of mass, if I know moment of inertia about 3 axes symmetric axes passing to center of mass, symmetric axis means this should have some symmetry. I gave you one before this diagram I made, I think so, that if I have some kind of symmetry is existing and I have some 3 symmetric axes, and about 3 symmetric axes I know moment of inertia is Ix, Iy and Iz, and I have
cos square alpha plus a.
Yes. So
cos square beta.
that's why the angular momentum that we are getting is this Ix cos square alpha plus Iy cos, because it in fact is also telling us the net moment of inertia about that axis. That is the net angular momentum that we are having here, right? So that is true. Now, if I want to find out angular momentum about x-axis only, and x-axis is also the symmetric axis, let us say. If it is x-axis and axis is also lying along x, then I can say alpha will become 0 degree and beta will become 90 and gamma will become 90. If
Indeed.
axis lies along x-axis, if a axis is lying along, this is axis direction and this is x-axis, and x-axis is the which axis here? It is a principal axis. What are the principal axis? Those axes which are the axis of symmetry. Okay. So then what will be the moment of inertia Lx? Lx will become here Ix into,
Sir, when axis is lying on x-axis, Ix is 0.
what?
When axis is along x-axis.
Axis is along x-axis, body is not along x-axis. What are you doing really? This is the body.
No, sir,
Axis
here
is
you
along
said
x-axis.
if axis is along x-axis.
Say it again. What?
Nothing.
Say it again. I could not hear what you said.
Sir, here A cap you have written along x-axis, no sir.
Yes.
That means when axis is along x-axis only, no sir.
Yes.
Then L changes as how
Then
Lx.
I don't know what you want to say. I am saying when axis is along x-axis, then alpha will be 0 for that or not. What is that? What is the? Okay. This is a cap. This is x-axis. This is y-axis. This is z-axis. You know what are alpha, beta, and gamma here? These are direction cosines of the axis. If axis vector along, if unit vector lies along x-axis, the vector of the axis lies along x-axis only, or if the body is rotating about x-axis only, then definitely alpha will be 0 and beta will be 90, gamma will be 90. Then this will become just Ix into omega if body is rotating about x-axis.
Okay.
Similarly, if body is rotating about y-axis, then what it will be? If body is rotating about y-axis, then it will be
Beta
Iy
will be
into
0,
omega.
alpha and
omega.
gamma will be 90.
If body is rotating about z-axis, it will be Iz into omega.
Iz into omega.
Omega.
So, in general, if a body is not rotating about x, okay, not x and y and z, let's say it is rotating about some other axis, but not about the axis, not about the axis of symmetry, some other axis, x, y, z. For those bodies which are not symmetric, by the way, I want to tell one more thing. For those bodies which are not symmetric, for those also we have some axis which will be acting as principal axis, but those will not be easy to find out. But it does not mean principal axis exists only for the symmetric cases. It exists for completely unsymmetric body also, as long as the axis is passing through the center of mass. We can still say there are three mutually perpendicular axes which will be acting as the principal axis, for which the product of inertia terms will come out to be 0. Those will always be there. There's a theorem based on this and we can prove it, but not now. So right now, I mean to say that if we have, I want to find out about this axis, about a gap. And this body is rotating about this axis, then angular velocity will be along axis. Angular velocity will be pointing along the axis because the body is rotating about this axis. Then this omega will have components now. One component will be omega x, another component will be omega y, and third component will be omega z. Then I can write the angular momentum as, what will be the angular momentum? Angular momentum will then become, angular momentum will become Ix omega x plus Iy omega y plus Iz omega z. That will be the angular momentum. That will be the angular momentum. Okay. Will the angular momentum be lying along the axis? Angular momentum will not be lying along the axis. It will be lying in some other direction. How do we know that? Because let us say I want to find out cos of alpha dash. Alpha dash is the angle. Alpha dash is angle made by angular momentum vector with x-axis. Angle made by angular momentum vector with x-axis, then we can write it as Lx by L or not? Cos alpha dash we can write as Lx by L, right or not? It has nothing to do with angular momentum. Ax upon A will be angle made by vector A with x-axis only. Hello?
Sir, it's audible.
Why are not responding then? I am saying in general, if a vector is lying along, if I want to find component, this component is, let us say, Ax. This is theta angle. Then what will be cos theta? Cos theta will be Ax upon A or not?
X upon
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That
Ax
is
cos
what I
theta
told
is
you.
equal
Cos
to A.
alpha dash
Yes.
is angle made by angular momentum vector with x-axis. What is the problem in that then?
no problem.
But alpha was the angle omega x by omega.
Yes,
So
sir.
definitely this is, sorry, cos alpha was this. So we can see cos alpha is not equal to cos alpha dash. Therefore, angle made by
Omega x with
angular,
omega and Lx with L different.
so angle made by angular velocity with x-axis and angle made by angular momentum with x-axis. Those are not same. Those are different.
So,
Omega
Because
may
it is
not be
equal
light
to,
along the axis.
it is equal to Ix omega x upon
means Ix by I, yes, sir. I will not be same for both.
upon Ix omega x square plus Iy omega y square plus Iz omega z square under the root. That is net angular momentum. And definitely we have no reason to say that these two have to be equal until unless Ix, Iy and Iz turns out to be equal only.
By
In
this, we
general, they
can
will not be
omega
equal, right?
bar will not be along the axis.
So by this, what we are able to prove? We are able to prove that omega and L vector,
Will
May
not
not be along the
in
same
the
direction.
they don't have
direction.
same angle.
Yes, sir.
They don't have same angle with
Different.
x-axis. They don't have same angle
Yeah, with
with x-axis. And if that is true, they don't have same angle with x-axis in general, I should say, in general, not always, in general. In general, for which cases? If I say, but this will be in same direction if Ix equal to Iy equal to Iz. If Ix equal to Iy equal to Iz, then omega
Lies along the
and L will be in same direction.
direction. Yes, sir.
Okay.
okay.
So always these will not be in the same direction. Only in some special cases these will be in the same direction. This we think we should remember it, right? Next, we have this thing with. Okay, so in this, if you want to wait, I wanted to discuss something else here, and I ended up being discussed. Okay, one thing is clear that ICM into omega will be the angular momentum. Let us say I want to find angular momentum for this rod. I wanted to mainly discuss for the rod. Rod is passing through center of mass or not? Do I know the three axes of symmetry for the rod? Yes, I know. What are
Yes, sir.
one axis will be along the rod.
On the perpendicular to rod, on the both perpendicular. Perpendicular to plane of x-ray.
Omega is in this direction.
Yes, sir.
Then this omega's component, as I said before, how to find out the net angular momentum? I will find out the net angular momentum by taking Ix omega x plus Iy omega y. What is the moment of inertia about y-axis? That we already know. Moment of inertia about y-axis was ml square by 12.
Yes,
What is omega about y-axis? Omega about y-axis is omega
omega
sin
sin
theta.
theta. Sir.
What is moment of inertia about x-axis? 0.
Omega
Why is
cos
it 0?
theta.
Because the rod is lying
Along
along the x-axis.
Yes. Angular
If rod lies
momentum.
along
Yes,
the
sir.
x-axis, then perpendicular distance from the axis becomes 0. So Ix is 0 only. If Ix is 0, then Lx will become 0. Lx will be 0. Lx is 0, but Ly we know something is there, and Lz is also, Lz is 0. Why Lz is 0? Because
Omega component.
omega z is 0.
Yes,
Yes,
Omega
sir.
has no component along the z axis.
in the line
Therefore,
of
this L which I am getting is actually equal to Ix omega x always plus Iy omega y plus Iz.
It is only equal to Iy omega by
But this I am getting as
Iy omega by
Ix omega x. Ix omega x is
0.
Iy omega y is
Zero.
L square by 12 into
L square by 12 into
12.
sin theta
omega sin theta.
plus
Iz
0.
omega z 0. So here net angular momentum is also equal to angular momentum just along y-axis, where y-axis is the perpendicular to this.
Yes, sir.
This way also means now we can, now I have said in general. Now means at that time I was saying that we can write it in this way also. But you may get this wrong idea that it will always work. It will work only when the other two are 0.
0.
Then only we are able to do this. But if other two are not 0, if I have some other case, then I will write this will always be valid. Ix omega x plus Iy omega y plus Iz omega z if product of inertia 0. Ixy, Iyz and Izx 0. When the product of inertia will be 0, product of inertia will be 0 in the cases of symmetry. If I have a rectangle, for example, if I have a rectangle, in rectangle there are x-axis and y-axis. These are the axes of symmetry, and z-axis is also axis of symmetry, perpendicular to these. We know clearly, we can see what are the axes of symmetry. Then in this case also, if somebody is asking me to find out the angular momentum about some other axis, let's say this axis, and this angle is given by to us theta, this angle is 90 minus theta, and other side is obviously 90 degree. Can I find now again? Yes, I can find how. So angular velocity will be along the axis of the rotation. Angular velocity will be along the axis of rotation. First of all, understand this thing. A and omega are in the same direction. Then I can take the components of omega. Then I can get Ix into omega x and Iy into omega y and Iz into omega z. Omega z is 0. So
Voice is not
omega z
clear.
will be 0. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Means we can use it for all the symmetric cases. We can use it. It will be helpful for us. Based on this same idea, IIT once asked a question. Let me discuss that now. I think because you have enough background, you can do that question also. Although that was this all discussion which I had here. If you don't understand it much, no need to worry at all, because it is somewhat out of syllabus also. I am taking it only just because IIT asked once this question. Therefore, I am taking it. Otherwise, it was not even required. So even if you don't understand it, no need to worry that much. Okay. This at least you need not derive it. You need not go through this derivation again. You just see this and you can just forget it. And you can just remember one part only, that Ix cos square alpha plus Iy cos square beta plus Ix z cos square gamma is the moment of inertia about any axis if the principal axes are known. Just remember this thing and that is enough. No other thing is required. Okay. Similarly for angular momentum will be Ix into
omega x plus
omega x plus
X
Iy.
omega x plus. Yes, sir.
Similarly for kinetic energy will be equal to half of Ix
Mi
omega x square plus half of Iy into omega y
omega y
square
square plus
Iz
z into omega z square.
omega z square. Yes.
This will be only rotational kinetic energy about the center of mass. But other than that, that half mv/cm square term will be extra.
Reflection current. Yes, sir.
That will be extra term. Similarly, in angular momentum also, this angular momentum also we got only for center mass, about center mass. But extra term will be r cross m into vcm. That will be extra term. That term will still be there, right? For angular momentum also. Is it understood?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, there was once IIT asked this question. We have a cone which rolls about its axis with angular velocity, something given to us, I think, by not a cone. I think it was two discs were there. Why don't I go to that question only? Previous IIT book I will open here and I will see that question was problems. Previous IIT book. And Rotational mechanics.
I want to eat too.
Hmm?
I don't know where it went. It is here. It is 2016 advanced question. This was out of syllabus, but they asked it. This is the data given here. L is 24A. This length and this length is equal. LL. Mass time and 4m. A radius, 2a radius. Angular velocity omega. So if it has angular velocity omega, first of all, can you find out the angular velocity of the center of mass about the z-axis? Angular velocity of the center of mass about the z-axis. We can find out how. This whole structure is rotating about this axis. How do we know? Because this point P1 and P2 are the
So,
ICORs.
instantaneous center of
ICOR1. If I know two ICORs, then I can connect them to get the total instantaneous axis of rotation. I can join them and I can make a line to make instantaneous axis of rotation. If I know the instantaneous axis of rotation, then I know angular velocity, net angular velocity will always be along the instantaneous axis of rotation. That could be either along right side or left side. Which side it will be now? I can get the idea of which side it will be by understanding that this omega is in, this omega will be like one component of that. I should take left hand side.
Yes, sir.
Then this, let us say it is capital omega, and this omega is just one component of that. It is just one component of it. So let us take this component as here. I have to say one more thing here, that I can take its component as let us say about z axis, it has angular velocity omega naught of the center mass, omega naught here. So, or I can say this thing, that angular velocity of, let us say some point here, maybe point A and point B here. I can say angular velocity of point A or angular velocity of point B about the z axis. Let us say it is omega A. And also angular velocity of the whole body. Whole body means I can take some point on the body, maybe point D, and I can say angular velocity of D with respect to A will be in this direction. This is D point here, right? D point is on the body. Angular velocity of D with respect to A plus angular velocity of A. I have formula. Angular velocity of D with respect to A plus angular velocity of A. I can write it as angular velocity of D. Net effective angular velocity of D about the axis of rotation. So by these addition, vector addition, I can get the net angular velocity omega D. That is this omega, that is this capital omega here, which we are getting. So if I know this angle theta, which I can calculate easily, this angle I know, then I can find out the relation between these. Here, omega dA, which is equal to omega, and omega into cos theta will be capital omega here. That will be capital omega.
And theta is equal to A by L.
And omega A, we can calculate this is theta, then omega A will be equal to omega into tan theta, I think, right? Omega into tan theta. Okay, this is about angular velocity. What about angular momentum? Angular momentum will be obtained by taking moment of inertia about the instantaneous axis of rotation. If I know what is the moment of inertia about instantaneous axis of rotation, I can get that. Then I will write I, total I about instantaneous axis of rotation into omega. That will be the angular momentum, net angular momentum. What will be the angular momentum about body axis? That will be component of this angular momentum along the axis. That we can write as something Lx or something. We can write that. That will be one component of it, right? So how to get the net angular momentum? First of all, this axis, the instantaneous axis of rotation, it is not passing through the center of mass. It is not passing through the center of mass. So this formula of Ix into omega x plus Iy into omega y plus Iz into omega z, that is valid only for
And the axis is
if I take
center.
moment of inertia passing, angular momentum passing through the center of mass. And then from there I may have to find out about this instantaneous axis of rotation. But otherwise, other than that, I think we can directly also do it. If I know what is the moment of inertia of disk M and 4M about the instantaneous axis of rotation, that we can directly get. And I think it is also easy to find out the moment of inertia of the disk about this axis. How? What is the moment of inertia of a disk about an axis? About an axis which makes an angle. What axis makes an angle? Axis makes an angle theta with this. If axis makes an angle theta with this axis here, can you find out the moment of inertia of that disk about that axis by using the formula Ix cos square theta plus Iy cos square Ix cos square alpha plus Iy cos square
We can find.
beta? We can do that, right?
Yep.
We can do that. Can
Yes,
you do
sir,
that
we
or
can
not?
find.
We can find it out. So after
We
finding
can.
it out, similarly we can find for the 4M also about the center of mass, moment of inertia. And then after finding about center of mass, I can find out about the instantaneous axis of rotation for 4M and about instantaneous axis of rotation for small m. And once I know the moment of inertia about instantaneous axis of rotation, then after that multiply that by omega and we get the answer quickly. So let us follow at least a few steps because I'm noticing time is over. But if you want, I can continue, or maybe I can continue tomorrow, or I can give. Okay, I will give you a hint at least. Otherwise, you will be.
Sir, give hint and we'll try tomorrow. That's it.
That will be better. I think we try tomorrow again, huh?
Yes,
So
sir.
just hint I will be giving you. See, this is what we will do here. But answers will not be right. Again, one more thing here. If you see this question, after that you try to get the answers you will find wrong, and then you will again be confused. It was very big mistake by IIT, not in framing the question, not in giving out of syllabus question only, but after that in key mistakes also. And those key mistakes were not even corrected by IIT because I think nobody challenged that, or I don't know what happened, but they did not correct it properly. So otherwise there was mistake here. Okay. So don't see the answers, but yes, you can find out yourself in this way. Let's say this is the axis here, symmetric axis, and this is the axis about which we want to find out. Then I can say about the symmetric axis, let us call it Iy, and another is I diametric axis Ix. Then I will become here Iy cos square theta plus Ix sine square theta. That is I about center of mass. But now I want to find I about this axis, about parallel axis. Then what will be I about parallel axis? I about parallel axis will be ICM plus this perpendicular distance I need to find here. This perpendicular distance here. That perpendicular distance we can get in terms of A. Something I think A cos theta, I think, plus M into D square.
Sir, R cos theta, sir.
It is given A. M into A square cos square theta.
Yes,
That is
sir.
I parallel. I am getting I parallel only for which I am getting I parallel only for one of the disks. Similarly, I can get I parallel for the other disk. Then I can get the net I, and net I into net omega will be the net angular momentum. So we can get net angular momentum this way about this axis. Okay, understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. So you can do it, but today you do other question only. I think this don't waste time on this. And in fact, I'm also I found it unnecessary. I started discussing it, but it became so much lengthy, and because of that, I skipped some other important things which I could have taken today. No problem. Tomorrow I will be taking those things.
Okay, sir.
Today you continue your work. Otherwise, tomorrow I will take those things. Fine then.
Okay, sir. Bye, sir. Thank you, sir. Bye, sir. Thank you.